Hello there. So we're back in State Game Land 60 again today, and as you can see, a lot has changed. There's this white stuff on the ground that wasn't here yesterday, that was here just last weekend when we were sled riding. And this is a typical Pennsylvania day. You know, they always say if you don't like the weather in Pennsylvania, wait 5 minutes. Today's one of them days where if you don't like the weather, look a different direction. If you've ever watched a video by Moods of Overland where we go to Moshannon State Forest for a trail ride, you will have seen what he labeled the Moshannon Madness, because we're right near the Allegheny front. This is about a ridge over, and it makes its own weather. So on the way here, I had complete snow squalls, had bare roads, had icy roads, all kinds of things. So today, we're going to take a hike back down into where I was yesterday. I came in across that ridge and down off that hill. Well, today I wanted to make up some time, so I walked in the access road, which was what I started to do yesterday. As you've seen, it was a gravel access road. Then I showed you where it transitioned to this unmaintained road, and we're going to take a hike back down to a little muddy run and see what we can see. So come along. So yesterday we were right down here. That's Little Muddy Run. That there's where most of the video took place, as I was showing you the stream and the patch of pines. This is where I exited from down there. And in the video, it doesn't look nearly as steep as it is. And this would be navigating straight perpendicular to the topographic lines, whereas this road would be going, slicing kind of a 45 degree to them. So this isn't nearly as steep, and that's the way we're going to go. And we're going to stay on this road today until it gets down to Little Muddy Run, because this is kind of a scout trip for my upcoming series. There's a good bit of railroad, mining, and I believe it was coke ovens. I could be wrong, but we're going to find them and do a little history lesson here. Not today, but in coming videos. So if that interests you, be sure to subscribe. Ain't 100% sure how that's going to go, but I'm going to do my best to document it and bring you along. Hey, there's that blue sky again. So we're in an area that is very muddy. And apparently, from the times of my childhood, the Game Commission has come in and adjusted it a little bit, but it is still holding water, as you can see. Very muddy. And this area was affectionately known as Standard 4. And what that meant to my uncles and their friends was, if you didn't have full drive, you were not going through this area. And sometimes even if you did, you weren't going through. Now this probably hasn't been driven on in a long time. You can see how much water it's holding. But this used to be where we would bring our four-wheelers and trucks and whatnot and have a grand old time. Now it looks like it might be a food plot, which is great news too, because it is a game lands and it is for hunters. So there you go. Blue sky for those that need to see it. Up on the ridge, it's like, well, I pushed stop instead of zoom. Up on the ridge, it is like a tundra. Winds blowing, snow's coming down. Down here, you can just barely hear the wind, and you can almost see blue sky in every direction, including that bright thing in the sky. All right. Well, adventurers, you don't have to be too outdoor savvy to know what animal did this. I'm going to go ahead and say most everyone knows. So we'll be on the lookout for them. That's interesting news because I always love to have the opportunity to see wildlife. And they are definitely busy here. I guess they don't know that you're not allowed to cut down live standing trees in the game lands. And I bet they don't care. But yeah, so that's neat. Oh, look at this. They're going for a big one here. That is so cool. I haven't seen beavers for a while, at least active beavers. They're going after this one too, but they gave up a while on that one a while ago. Yeah, so awesome. This is what's so fun about adventuring. And you don't have to have anything to go look for. You don't need a plan. Just walk. If you can walk, just go to some public land near you and take a walk. I mean, oh, here's some more that they did not too, well, a while ago, not fresh like the other ones. So yeah. Yeah, looks like we got a little bit of a dam build here. Oh, I would definitely say yeah, this is not what I expected to see today. Hopefully it excites you as much as it excites me. This is pretty cool. I love the sound of water over a fall. Gonna guess by those skinned trees, this is their dam. Oh yeah, look at that. That almost looks like a saw cut it. If I can zoom in a little bit on it. That's so cool. All right, well, we're gonna continue down Old Little Muddy Run. See what else we can find. Okay, so back at them ponds that I showed earlier, where I kind of just walked down to them and didn't say much, I noticed there was a trail across what looked like a man-made dam, like a actual machine or a lot of hard work did. and I noticed there was an animal trail across it, and maybe you did too. And I just assumed it was deer. But as you just seen there at the beginning of that, I'm going to go ahead and guess that that might have been beavers that were going out across there. And they're here somewhere because there's a lot of fresh cut. Hopefully we can see them, but if not, we will be back. This is going to be an area I'm going to spend a lot of time in this year, especially here in late winter, early fall, or yeah, holy cow, skip right over summer and spring. Late winter, early spring. So, let you take a look at the Little Muddy Run. And it looks like I came to the end of the game lands and we are at private property. So, I guess if the beavers are further downstream, we might not get to see them. But yes, this is awesome. So earlier I mentioned that my uncles called this Standard 4, and if you didn't have four-wheel drive, you weren't going to get back here. I just found something that makes me pretty happy, because I was going to tell the story about this and I didn't think it would be here, and it's right on the private property line, so I'm sure somewhere there's a trail camera looking at me, and that's okay because I found it. I found exactly what I was kind of sort of looking for. I really wish my son was with me. He chose to go with a friend, but here it is. This car got stuck and has spent, so this would have been in the 80s, quite possibly the 70s. But this car has been here a long, long time. And it's still here. That really makes me happy, because if you look, and if I can get them in properly, there's the old road. And right here, for all you overlanders, is the mud pit. Now, it doesn't look as daunting right now because nothing's been in there stirring it up. It goes out through there and continues on. And somewhere here, I just seen the purple flower. But that was the mud pit it was stuck in. They drug it over here, and that's where it stayed. Here's a fender of it. Some other stuff. And while we're here at the property line for the game lands and the private property, what I have been told, and this will verify, this is private property. Right there, you can see the private property. And right here behind me is the game land boundary. So looking at this game land boundary, what is in front of you or behind this tree and marker is game lands. So this would be game lands over here. And then the same would also be for private property. This would be the private property sign. No trespass, yada yada, purple paint, almost kind of a pink color now, because the primary colors come back out. And so over there would be the private property. And this makes me happy because this was exactly what I was looking for today. I can't be more excited. I'm glad you all got to come along with me. And Pennsylvania forest adventuring doesn't get any better than going back to your childhood and all the memories. So cool. And I'm going to go ahead and say that I succeeded in doing exactly what I wanted to today. So we're going to go ahead and hike back over here to the beavers. We might very well just follow Little Muddy Run right back up to where I was at yesterday and then head back up and go home. I'm satisfied. This was more than I had expected, and I hope you enjoyed it too. Please, I don't mind so much if you don't subscribe, but I would really like you to like it and comment. Tell me what you thought. Maybe you're from the area. Maybe you remember that car. And if not, I got you out today and get more blue sky. So don't ever plan your adventure around the weather, because when I left down in Toontown, it literally was snowing and laying and the wind was blowing. It was nasty, but here we are up in the mountain, back down in the valley the mountain created along a stream, and it doesn't really get much better than this. So thanks for coming along. I'll be back. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a video series here. The video series is going to touch on enjoying Gameland safely. Obviously, maps are a big part of the channel, so I will be doing topographic map stuff, showing you how to find features on the map, using both the new map and the historic map. This Gameland number 60 is on the Purple Lizard map, the Moshannon-Quixano map. So it's also a Purple Lizard area. Maybe I can talk Mike into making that car a Purple Lizard. That'd be fun. I'll talk to him. But yeah, so I'm gonna go look for the beaver for a little while. Okay, so I'm back over at them ponds I mentioned earlier, and you can see the berm right out here. Berm comes over, and then I'm standing on it. So this is what I was saying about the man-made section here. And I followed this trail, sort of. You can see right here, this must have been another one. It almost looks like there's some rocks piled up there. So yeah, and I had to come on that side of it. I couldn't get across it. I could have jumped, but hey, I got new boots on. So anyways, in theory, I was following this trail, and you can see it comes up to here, and then the trail goes off. You can see the trail there. So yes, I'm definitely going to say this is from the beaver. And I'm gonna have to, I didn't bring my map with me. Obviously I have the digital rolled at my hand, but I just hate, other than filming these videos, I just hate using the phone for anything. But yeah, so you can see there's berms here. There's another pond area here. Another berm goes out here. So yeah. This would be part of the mine, I'm sure, or even the railroad tracks that are right on the other side of the stream, which means I have got to find a way to get across the stream, which back in my younger days meant you got in the dang thing and walked across it. But it's winter and I'm not walking across it. And like I said, I got new boots, so can't be doing that. And there's the tree stand. So there's a cell phone, or yeah, a trail camera somewhere. And all right. See the tree stand up there, right behind me? Yeah. So there's a trail camera somewhere watching me back here, I'm sure. And that's always fun. I hope they know that I'm not looking for their deer. Although my son and I are going to be hunting, and this might be one of the places we go. Not here though. But all right, so I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. I appreciate you coming along. We will be back. And now I almost have to think that trail was this guy getting back to his tree stand, why it's wore in so well, but we'll see what happens. Beautiful blue sky. Can't ask for a better day. Hope Hope to catch you in the forest. So I always tend to leave something at the end to see who watched the whole video, who fast forwarded for all I care. But and I often do get comments from people that, you know, mention the fact that they watched the whole way, so I appreciate that. So here's the extra credit scene, if you want to say. So I said about the berm, and you can kind of see it pretty good here. It almost looks like it had a way to run water away, which would be what the overflow was probably for. So technically I'm standing in the pond, and I'm going to go ahead and guess that the Game Commission didn't want the pond for whatever reason, and they, or maybe even, this might even go back as far as the mine. It was opened up to drain out to there, and that's why there's no pond here anymore other than the standing water that's in it. So there you go.